Hey everybody, it's Wednesday. 2 weeks ago we started talking about purpose. Remember that? We said as we turn the calendar year over in 2021, the month of January, we were going to talk about purpose. And what we said that 2 weeks ago was, what would it look like if we made that quest for purpose less intimidating? That's a good idea, right? And in that video, the clue I gave you towards just finding purpose, understanding purpose, grabbing hold of your own purpose is that purpose is about impacting others. And we left with this question: what do I have to offer the world as a result of my story? So that was 2 weeks ago. Then last week we came back and talked about values. If we're ignoring our values in order to accomplish something at work or maintain a certain relationship, then it becomes impossible for us to live from a place of greater meaning. Because we keep trampling on our own values. We keep dishonoring our own values. So it's worth taking some time, which we did last week, to think through our values and how they're getting honored and dishonored in our world. So those were the last 2 weeks, how we approached purpose. And this week, we said we'd take some time to actually craft a purpose statement for our lives. Now, obviously, you and I know we can't really do that in 3 minutes, but I'm going to give you the components of it. You can work on it this week and see what you come up with. So start with making a quick list. Grab a pen and paper and make a quick list of your own personal qualities. How would you describe yourself? How would your friends describe yourself? How would your mom describe you? Jot down everything that you think of, everything that comes to mind. We're not going to show it to anyone. You don't need to judge it or police it in any way. Just make the list. Enthusiasm, creativity, thoroughness, humor, compassion, wisdom, integrity, kindness, joy, humility, patience, acceptance, serenity, energy, focus, courage, adaptability, assertiveness, whatever your qualities are, jot them down. Now, when you look at that list, what are the top two? What two jump out at you? These are really my top two qualities, my top two characteristics, my top two personal qualities that I bring to the table. Okay, now that you have those two identified, and you can go back and work on this a little later and craft it a little differently and come up with two other ones, but just to walk through it with me today, take two of those and think about how you like to express them. How do you like to express those qualities when you interact with other people? Inspire, uplift, empower, create, give, serve, ways that you use those qualities when you interact with other people. Support, develop, help, cultivate, expand, establish, entrust, encourage, motivate, improve, cheer, provide, reinforce, strengthen, advocate, protect. How do you use those qualities? So think about, I use my joy to cheer people, or I use my humor to motivate people, or I use my acceptance to serve people. How do you use those qualities when you're interacting with other people, the way you express them? So now you have the two qualities and the two ways you express it. Now I'm going to ask you an even harder question, and I know you thought those were hard. But the next question is, what is the perfect world for you? Describe what a perfect world would look like in your eyes. We all have a different world when we think of perfect worlds. My perfect world would be a world where everyone lives intentionally. They live their lives with intention, and that contributes to the larger community. That's my perfect world. What does yours look like? What does it feel like? How is everyone interacting? The perfect world. Some people would say everyone in their perfect world, everyone believes in their natural genius, or in their perfect world, there's unity and harmony, or loving and caring, or all the children are safe in their perfect world, or you fill it in, your perfect world. Now, I know we're going through this fast, so come back to that. That's going to take a little thought. What is your perfect world? But what we want to do to make our own kind of life design statement is combine these three. You take the two qualities, the way you like to express them, and how it brings about that perfect world. So I would say my life is designed to use my wisdom and compassion to support and encourage others to live intentional lives by contributing to the larger community. So you put those three pieces together to create your own purpose statement. Someone else's might say, my life is designed to inspire people to have faith in themselves and believe in their natural genius. What you get is this broad, kind of wide statement. And lots of things can fit under that statement, but even more things can't fit under it, right? So it becomes this umbrella that helps you know what to say yes to and what to say no to. You can keep that purpose in front of you and go, okay, this is who I am. This is what my life is designed for. How am I fulfilling that? I'm Michele Gooch with Life by Design. You can find me here Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. Next week, we'll wrap up this discussion on purpose and we'll look at Enneagram. You knew I would get to it. Knowing how the your Enneagram type, ties into uncovering your purpose. We'll look at that next week. At Life by Design, we know you want to live on purpose, that you want to be intentional with your life, and that so much of the time we lose track of who we are, and that gets in the way of us living on purpose. We start to second guess ourselves, and I believe that none of us need to be second guessing ourselves. It paralyzes us. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to get to that place where you're weighed down and paralyzed by your second guessing, and you're not accomplishing the things you want to accomplish in life. So I have a proven framework to move us from second guessing to who we mean to be, to where we want to go. If you want to know more about that, you can find me at lifebydesign.guru, lifebydesign.guru. I'll see you next Wednesday.